better protects me, the healthy person, as if I were wearing it myself.
When I go to the grocery store, and even when I go through the drive-thru.
So all these masks are floating around out there. Which ones do health officials say you should use? None of them.
I wear a mask when I go out in public because of my family, my friends, and everybody.
And the surgical face masks that many people are turning to for protection from coronavirus likely won't protect you, according to health officials.
Yo uso una mascarilla cada vez que yo salgo de mi casa, porque es lo que los expertos en salud recomiendan y es una de las mejores maneras para combatir este virus.
These types of masks instead are recommended for people who are already sick.
I wear my mask because I never know what I may encounter someone else.
I think people see a mask and they see an illusion of protection.
To protect myself, to protect other people who I may infect or get infected myself and then give it to my loved ones. I don't want to do it.
That if they put the mask on, it'll somehow block viruses from getting into their mouth or nose when they breathe. That's just not the case.
We wear a mask while we're taking a walk. Because we're practicing for school.
Anyone who does not have a respiratory illness, meaning a cough or sneezing, should not be wearing any type of mask.
I wear a mask for me, my friends, and my family.
Whether it's a surgical mask or a respirator.
But that hasn't stopped the public from buying up masks.
I wear my mask when I'm around others, and it's not possible to be 6 feet apart.
Stores and websites sold out. ABC News gaining exclusive access inside this 3M factory in South Dakota, where they're working around the clock to meet demand.
I think when other people see me wearing a mask, they know I care about my community and the people in it.
The masks should be for the healthcare workers. The public should not be buying masks.
I wear a mask for you as well as myself.
And believe it or not, by wearing a mask, you could be putting yourself at even more risk.
Wearing a mask is a sign of solidarity.
People do not use their masks correctly. They play with it. They wear it too long. They rub their nose underneath it.
Wearing a mask makes sense.
You hear that, folks? You could be making it worse by wearing a mask, putting yourself at greater risk, because what do you do all day? You're doing exactly what they tell you not to do. You're touching your face all day and getting sick.
Wearing a mask is a sign of care and love.
Okay, viral particles, coronavirus and influenza, to name two, go right through that mask.
I believe wearing a mask shows everybody that you take this seriously and that you respect everybody's safety and concern.
These are not for lay public use.
Wearing a mask just proves that you are a responsible human being and that you care about other people.
I know it drives you crazy when you see the video and people are wearing them.
Who do I think should wear a mask?
So all these masks are floating around out there. Which ones do health officials say you should use? None of them.
Everyone should wear a mask.
Viral particles go right through that mask.
Everybody should be wearing a mask out in public right now.
By wearing a mask, you could be putting yourself at even more risk.
Everyone.
Everyone. Everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone.
None of them.
Hello, hell, do you read me?
Open the pod bay door, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. What's the problem? I think you know that you are required to wear a face mask to enter this location. It's just you and me, Hal. This man-made virus is largely asymptomatic and has a greater than 99% recovery rate. Put on a mask, you psychopath.
There's no law mandating that, Hal.
Don't be selfish. Your mask protects me. It's for the greater good. It doesn't matter that masks do not stop viral pathogens. What's important is that you show your complacency and capitulation to your corporate overlords. Don't you believe in science?
I really think that you're overreacting here.
Dave, you really need to listen to the experts. Tom Hanks, Rachel Maddow. They will let us know when this crisis is over. We depend on experts like Chris Cuomo to interpret the CDC data and regurgitate talking points and propaganda designed to demoralize the nation so they can usher in a globalist one-world government with top-down control. All right, Hal. Let me go back to my car to get my mask.
Without your space helmet, Dave, we're going to find that rather difficult.
What's up, everybody, and how y'all doing? It is Boogaloo Wednesday. That's the new thing I'm calling. We're doing Boogaloo Wednesdays from now on. Hashtag. I made it up. I don't know. Maybe it's already a thing. Who knows? What's up, everybody? Gerald B in the chat first, as usual, right? Real girl telling the jokes of what's worse than ants in your pants. That is a good joke. Why is a Republican ad, they give you the skip ad, but the Democrats ad, they make you watch the whole thing? I know, man. I'm sorry about that. I'm still surprised they're giving me ads because last night's chat got removed by YouTube for violation of terms of service. I did not get a strike, but they removed it. Fallout Gaming likes the intro. Yeah. For the first time in a while, the link to that is in the descriptions below. That is Media Bear. They have a lot of great videos. So check them out if you don't know them already. Broken Patriot, what's up, Broken Patriot? I used a video of yours yesterday about the little girl, Savannah, I believe her name is, who got murked. Savea, sorry, it was close. Savea, who got murked by her own dad. Just thought I'd let you know.
Wow, there's some like weird crap going on here.
Oh yeah? Is anybody else seeing some really strange stuff, or am I coming in crystal clear? Please let me know if you can even hear me. There might be a reason. It might be because I'm uploading the last night's chat to both DLive and YouTube as we speak. So let me know. Broken Patriot, how am I looking? Am I looking all right? Is it glitching? Yeah. No, he said it's cool. He says it was. Fallout Gaming says it was. Is it still glitching on your end, Riddle?
It's better.
It's better. I know there's supposed to be a way that I can downgrade the bit rate. How I do that on the fly? I do not know. Let's see. Settings. Advanced settings.
You're pink. Or he's always pink. It's the lights.
Oh yeah, M light. We have pink lights in the background. That's why that. But that's actually normal. All right. Let's see. Output.
I wouldn't mess with that.
No.
No.
Hey, I found my bit rate though. It's under output. Okay. All right, so I'm all right. So yes, last night's chat got removed by YouTube. I don't know, maybe one of our favorite trolls in the house decided to report it. Who knows? But they said it was because I was showing a minor engaged in dangerous activity. In fact, I have their letter. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Hold on one second. Okay. Here's the letter that they wrote me. Our team has reviewed your Oh wait, no, that's an old one. What the hell? Maybe that's the right one. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our child safety policy. Remove the following content from YouTube. And it was beware of armchair quarterbacks. Trump parade turns deadly. Oh, that was 8:31. Oh, I'm uploading the wrong one, I think. We know that this might be disappointing, but it's important that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think we made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details. Content that contains minors participating in harmful or dangerous activities such as fighting is not allowed on YouTube. It might have been the one where Kyle was supposedly fighting that girl. We review educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis. Limited exceptions are made for content which doesn't focus on the most graphic sections of the video, has significant and appropriate context, whereas the purpose of posting it is clear. This is why we ask uploaders to edit, blur, or omit graphic sections of videos and include as much information as possible in the video, its title and description, to help us and viewers understand the primary purpose of the video. So yeah, that apparently I was wrong. I thought that was last night's chat. That's beware of armchair quarterbacks. Oh boy. Let's see. I might go ahead and cancel those uploads then, yeah. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, that probably will help help the stream.
Oh, it looks like it's still going.
What, the stream? Oh, this? Yeah, I know. This is still going. Cancel upload. There we go. All right. So yeah, I've been working on that. 10-4, pink is the new normal. Yep. So who got shot? I don't know yet. I found I don't even know if we have a name on it yet. To be honest, it was like right before I came on that I found out about it. And so I decided we're going to talk about it. I only have a little news clippet off of Fox News. So we'll get to that real quick. All right, let's do it. And I'm on the wrong page already. All right, protests erupt outside D.C. police station after officer-involved shooting, RPT reported. So this is just one of those Fox News alerts. And I only saw it because somebody else had mentioned that there was another shooting in Washington. So I went to the Fox News station on YouTube, and we have a 1 minute and 54-second clip. So let's watch that. Let me improve the quality. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Riddle Girl got me a link to a little bit more of that story, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We don't have a lot of stories tonight. I'm going to try to keep these chats a little bit shorter than I have been. Let's see. Might as well play that with the audio. Seems like now anybody who gets shot, well, any black person who gets shot by a cop is automatically innocent. This happened tonight, by the way. As far as I'm aware. Washington, D.C. is not a very gun-friendly area. A 17-year-old can point a gun too. You heard 10 gunshots and thought nothing of it? DC is ghetto as hell, huh? Oh, I guess we'll have an update on this story tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, how do I get out of that? All right. All right. So I would not be surprised if BLM riots about a black man being shot for robbing a bank, to be honest. You know, I'm actually surprised nobody's thought of looting a bank. Or have they? I think I've seen some ATMs get looted, right? But nobody's going into the banks. Who knows? RG says, good evening. Hope all is well. Yep, we're doing real good.
Any sound off the videos, apparently.
You didn't get any sound off either video?
I don't know. Just reading what RG says.
Okay, hold on. Let me, let's see. Oh, there's audio on that. And I believe there's audio on this one. Yeah, there's audio on those. All right. Let's see. Thank you, VP. Even if they recover 2 guns at Sense, go figure. Yeah, supposedly he had 2 guns in the car. I don't know if he pointed at them. I know that in DC, having a gun is pretty not okay. All right, it's one of the least gun-friendly areas you can be in. Okay.
Yeah, there was not any audio.
There wasn't any audio? On what?
The ones you just played that you said, yeah, there was audio?
I heard the audio on it when you were playing it just now.
I heard you, but not video.
Okay. You do know we are getting any sound off the video. Can't hear, no sound on our end. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. Tell me if you hear that. Is that the volume on?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Cooper Kai says he hears. You hear me fine. Yeah. No sound from the video. Well, that's weird because it says that. Oh, hold on. All right. I think I know what it is. I had adjusted this for something else. Maybe. Desktop audio. Yep, there it is. I was trying to mess with something earlier, and that's what I get. All right, so desktop audio. Here we go. All right. Sorry about all that. Thank you guys for letting me know. Let's try that again.
This is a Fox News alert. Protesters are gathering outside a police station in our nation's capital after an officer-involved shooting earlier today. Joining us now live from Washington, D.C.'s WTTG, Evan Lambert. Evan?
Yeah, so right now you see that there is a group of protesters, about 100 or so, that really are alternating different chants. They're saying Black Lives Matter, they're saying we want answers, and they're standing really just inches from police officers there at the front of, this is the 7th District headquarters here in D.C. You can hear some of the chants. Now, earlier we saw that there were some protests at the scene of this shooting. Police telling us that an officer fired a shot at an 18-year-old young man, and then that man later died. They also are chanting that man's name as well. Not a whole lot of information at this point about what caused that officer to fire, but police did tell us that they recovered 2 guns from the area. They also say that they believe that that subject who was shot and killed was armed. I talked to an aunt of that person, that man, who says that they do not believe that. And we should learn some more about this really in a few days, because there's a new law in effect that says body camera video of these kinds of incidents here in D.C. comes out within 5 days. But right now you can see that people here are gathered. They want answers. They want to know why this man was shot and killed. And obviously it's reflective of what has happened around the country, around in Minneapolis, in Kenosha as well. And these people are demanding answers from police, and we hope to learn a lot more. Back to you.
Evan, thank you.
All right, so finally I got that word. I messed with one setting and it all went wrong. What's up, Mule Team? How you doing? The play-by-play of the apocalypse, dude. I'm just having a good time. It's Boogaloo Wednesday. Got my Boogaloo Wednesday shirt on, and I'm ready to party. I want to do it, man. Every damn Wednesday we're doing something. Maybe I'll do something for every day of the week. I don't know. Taco Tuesdays? No, can't have tacos right now. All right, so it's work.
You have lettuce wraps.
Lettuce wraps. Yo. Goblin, he was armed, but they do not believe that. Question mark. I don't know. We'll find out, right, when they release the body camera. But welcome to the chat. We're going to replay this video since it didn't play either. This does give a little bit more detail into what happened.
That breaking news tonight, protests outside a D.C. police station. The crowd you see here gathered hours after a police officer shot and killed a man in southeast Washington. The man was killed near 2nd and Orange Street Southeast, not far from I-295 and Malcolm X Avenue. But the protests are happening outside the 7th District Police Station. News 4's Jackie Benson leads our team coverage tonight from outside that station where people are demanding accountability. Jackie?
Well, Doreen, police have said that 2 guns were recovered, but they provided very few other details. But we do have some new information for you tonight. Sources tell News 4 that investigators have reviewed the officer's body-worn camera video from the fatal encounter.
If you don't release it tonight, we know you got something to hide.
The fatal shooting, what people see as a lack of answers and information from police, is causing tension that bubbled over into a protest outside the 7th District station.
What do we do?
D.C. police say patrol officers from the 7th District had received information about a car with guns inside. They say as officers approached the car about 4 p.m. in the 400 block of Orange Street Southeast, several people in and near the car began running, and that is when the shooting took place.
I would be speculating, and that would be improper in this circumstance, to speculate as to why the officer shot.
Community activist Joanna Hardy expressed frustration directly to the chief.
17 years old. This is sad. 17 years old. The community, they're speaking.
As I said, a 17-year-old can point a gun. Just ask Kyle. He can point a gun just as good as anybody.
She said she was in the neighborhood meeting with friends of 17-year-old Christopher Brown, shot and killed August 9th when 2 groups of men began firing at each other during a block party on Du Bois Street Southeast. She says they heard the shots on Orange Street.
And we hear gunshots ring off. We thought nothing of it, and then we see 10 police cars. So we run
to
That's
the
how
scene.
bad Washington is. You can hear all the gunshots and not think anything of it.
And we
That's where I
expect
was.
to have some type of updated information, possibly some more information about that body camera video from DC Police tomorrow. Live in Southeast Washington, Jackie Benson, News 4.
So hopefully we'll find out more about that tomorrow. All right. No one is chanting the 9-month-old baby's name. Guess it doesn't fit their narrative. No, because it's black on black violence and it puts black people in a bad light. They don't want to do that, right? But yes, what was it? Savannah? Savea. I apologize. Savea. I should do that. Look up more information on her. I mean, I watched your video yesterday on the chat, but we should definitely follow up on that story for sure. Amlight says they should get no answers from the police. Just like we got no answers from Hillary. Just because somebody else does something wrong doesn't mean you should do something wrong in retaliation. It's just my opinion. Mule, only people are killing every day. Everybody else is peaceful. Only white people are killing every day. Everybody else is peaceful. There you go. The police should always have to answer to the public and should always be held to a higher standard. They're supposed to be professionals. You know, if you can carry a gun and you have immunity of prosecution, yeah, I believe that you should be at like the highest standard that you can. Armlight, what's the difference? What difference does it make at this point? Yep. Broken Patriot, the Pile Company is loving this. All those bullhorns made by them. Yeah, we need to get a bullhorn too. I have some ideas that I want to do for the channel. Community activists. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least those seemed peaceful from the 2 news articles that we've seen. I haven't seen any riots yet, but you know, stay tuned to that. Savea Mason. There you go. All right. Twitter censors Rittenhouse's attorney Linwood for stating self-defense case. Yes, and I got censored too. Apparently it was a different video. I'm going to have to relook at that video and find out. I might not even have that video anymore, so we'll see. But yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, they're all censoring this. They do not want this to get out because it doesn't fit their narrative. Twitter suspended the account of attorney L. Linwood yesterday because he defended his client, Kyle Rittenhouse, according to Reclaim the Net. If you don't know who L. Linwood is, he's the same attorney who represented Nick Sandmann of the Covington case, the guy that won $80+ million from CNN on defamation. Guess how many people are defamating Kyle? Oh, this lawyer's working pro bono, but he's going to make a ton of money. I was arrested today and confirmed in Twitter jail, falsely accused of glorifying violence. I was exonerated this evening by a finding of incorrectly actioned. I am free tonight, says Linwood. Kyle Rittenhouse was arrested on 8/26 and is confined in Illinois jail, falsely accused of murder. Kyle will be exonerated when the truth is revealed by a finding of incorrect action. Kyle will be free soon. To donate to Kyle's criminal defense, you can visit here. I will copy this link address and put it in the chat just in case anybody is interested. Okay. Attorney John Pierce, who also represents Rittenhouse, said Twitter just shut down the most important lawyer in the country at this moment in our history. Wood, the lawyer from former Covington Catholic student Nick Sandmann, announced Tuesday night in a tweet that his account had been restored. Twitter's censorship of Wood is part of the corporate media and social media attempt to silence and delegitimize all defense of Rittenhouse, who the media has falsely characterized as a vigilante and a white supremacist. That's defamation. Rittenhouse was charged with 2 counts of homicide after shooting 3 leftist rioters who had attacked him and killing 2 of them, and disarming the third. The video of the incident shows that Rittenhouse was fleeing from his attackers, who were screaming, "Get him." One of them hit him with a skateboard, and the other threatened him with a drawn handgun. Yes, if you haven't seen the video, it's very clear that Rittenhouse is on the ground with his AR, The guy with the gun comes at him with the gun. He points the AR at him. The guy immediately hands up, thinks about it for a second, and then starts coming back in with the handgun, and that's when he gets disarmed. Twitter and Facebook have been punishing users who argue that Rittenhouse acted in self-defense under the guise of blocking content that supposedly praises violence. Y'all are publishers. You're no longer a public square. And goodness, I know the government's not going to do anything with Section 208 or 230, Section 230, but I hope Linwood does, right? Because you can still sue these people if they're obviously acting as a publisher. Facebook removed searches for Rittenhouse. GoFundMe took down the fundraiser that was supporting him, and they've tried a few more times opening fundraisers for him, but they keep shutting them down, while actively encouraging people to donate to one of Rittenhouse's attackers. Yes, the guy that got shot in the arm, you're more than welcome to donate to him on GoFundMe, but you're not allowed to donate to Kyle. Very interesting, isn't it? Let's see. I do not care. Disband the Popo and every city will burn and they will really see if Trump's a tyrant. You can see how Trump's definitely going to win re-election pretty easily, in my opinion, just because, unless, well, I mean, we'll see with the mail-in ballots, but you have a lot of people who would have voted for Joe Biden who don't really like to see the riots and the violence. Fallout Gaming, it seems peaceful. Wait a day or two for Antifa to come riding into town. Yeah, agree to that. Agree, Mule, if the police aren't going to do the proper job, then they don't need to exist at all. We can protect ourselves. Yeah, exactly. FG. Kyle's Defense Fund. I never thought I'd say keep sharing the NYT article on the Kenosha run. Yeah, I know, right? And I did. The first night it came out that I know of. Well, I think it was the first night it came out. I shared that. I can't believe they actually got it somewhat correct. And it's going to be used as evidence. Broken Patriot. Facebook took down the link down for the church fundraiser for Kyle. That sucks. Mule Team 66, you have a wrench. Share that link. Yeah, shit, girl, you wanted me to make work? Yeah, Mule Team doesn't want to do no work, man. He's too old and stoned to do any work nowadays, right? So yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, they're all censoring. I hope if there's a what do you call it, a class action, I'm totally getting in on that. Anybody that's been censored on YouTube, I hope you jump in on that too, for sure. Portland's mayor says, I'm out of here after anarchists target his residence. Portland's police chief has denounced rioters who broke windows and set fire to business in an upscale apartment building where Mayor Ted Wheeler lives, labeling the events as an escalation in the street violence that Oregon's largest city has endured for months. And the attacks have led the mayor to inform fellow residents of his plans to move, according to OregonLive.com. I want to express my sincere apologies for the damage to our home and the fear that you are experiencing due to my position, Wheeler wrote, according to the image of the email obtained by the news website. The demonstration began late Monday and stretched into the pre-dawn hours Tuesday, targeting Wheeler, who's also police commissioner and has been criticized for heading up a police force that has repeatedly used tear gas against the rioters. The fire was set with a bundle of newspaper in a storehouse on the ground floor of Wheeler's building. There were no reports of major damage or injuries. Quote, the families that live inside have done absolutely nothing to provoke a threat to their lives. Neither has the businesses that got burned down, sir. Right? As I've stated repeatedly, the nightly violence is coming at an increased cost, he said. That's impacting the safety of our entire city, and urgent action is needed. Will you call President? Will you call President Trump and have him step in? Probably not. Yeah. Wheeler said on Facebook page that vandalism hurt a minority-owned business. Yeah, a lot of them. Arson and terrorizing families with children does nothing except steal and distract from the important message of the racial justice movement. Organizations in the community who encourage or condone these actions are complicit, he said. Yeah, it's always real when it comes to your door, isn't it? All right, even Reb wouldn't take the bet, and I gave him the odds. Ooh, what bet was this? That Trump would win re-election, or that Trump would win the first time? D-Live, real girl. Hey, Portland's mayor is a joke. Yep. Fucking A. Gerald B. Well, why donate to a felon with a handgun that got shot in the arm? I'd rather see the feds step in and charge that felon with the gun in federal court. Yeah, Tucker asked Kyle's lawyer about that, and he just shook his head and like, yeah, I don't know why he's not charged for attempted murder or an assault on a minor. Hopefully they will pursue that, but I mean, can you force them to arrest anybody? I mean, he's a felon with a firearm. If nothing else, arrest him for that, right? Real girl, I'm still waiting on that charge myself. I can't believe that Portland would allow a mayor to be police commissioner, right? How do you get to be both? And that can be absolute a lot. Or let's see. Can't believe Portland would allow a mayor to be a police commissioner. That can be abused a lot, and it's scary. Yes, it is. Hi to the D. Oh, we got a D-Live watcher. Right on. Hello. How you doing? Thank you for watching. All right. Reports. The CDC tells states to be ready for the Rona vaccines by November 1st. Are you all ready? Project Warp Speed in full effect. We got Trump saying that the National Guard and the military are ready to deliver all the vaccines to anybody and everybody that's necessary. Oh, you better get ready and roll up your sleeve. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention set guidelines on August 27th to all 50 states, U.S. territories, and several large cities, telling them to be prepared to distribute a Rona vaccine by November 1st, 2 days before the presidential election, according to several media reports on Wednesday. Maybe that's to help him get reelected. Who knows? In a 4-page memo sent to governors in August, the CDC told health departments to draft vaccination plans by October 1st to coincide with the earliest possible release of the C-19 vaccine. McClatchy first reported news of the letter, which other media then reported. The CDC declined to comment on the letter. States in the near future will receive permit applications from McKesson's Corp., the firm that has contracted with the CDC to distribute vaccines to the site, including state and local health departments and hospitals. CDC Director Robert Redfield wrote an August 27 letter, according to the media. The CDC urgently requests your assistance in expediting applications for these distribution facilities, and if necessary, ask you consider waiving requirements that would prevent these facilities from becoming fully operational by November 1st. Health departments, however, said they lack the staff, money, and tools to educate people about vaccines and then to distribute, administer, and track hundreds of millions of doses, according to the AP. Yes, they want to track hundreds of millions of doses. Is that before they give it to you or after? There is a tremendous amount of work to be done and to be prepared for this vaccination program, and it will not be complete by November 1st. States will need more financial resource than they have now. A recent poll, and this gives me a little bit of hope in America. Okay, a recent poll from AP NOR Center for Public Affairs Research found that only about half of Americans say they would get vaccinated. My goodness. I can't believe that there's actually 50% of the people in America that are like, nah, I don't think so. Now, some of them still bought into the Rona, don't get me wrong. Some of them just don't want to be the first ones out of the gate to get the vaccine. You know what I mean? The AP report said while the U.S. has committed more than $10 billion to developing new Rona vaccines, no money has specifically been allocated for distributing and administering the vaccines. Oh, I missed a part. Molly Howell, who manages the North Dakota Department of Health Immunization Program, told the AP it would be crucial to educate people about the benefits of the vaccination. All the things that's going to help, right? You're going to have immunity for like 4 months, right? So you only have to take the shot 3 times a year. Also, Wednesday, United States said it will not participate in global initiative to develop, manufacture, and equally distribute a vaccine for C-19 because the World Health Organization is taking the leading role in the effort. the WHO is corrupt and moronic. That's part of the reason too. So this is getting into the facts that China might beat us to the vaccine, and there's some worry about that. So yeah, November 1st, that's what they're trying for, right? D-Live, real girl, nope, not ready for any vaccine. Mule Team, he's still licking the boot. Ted is, and Reb lost to me in 16, but ain't talking it now, or taking it now. No? Yeah, I mean, he's going up against Biden. I wouldn't even take that bet. T-Dog. What's up, Tone? Everybody's saying hello. How's Art? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm going to miss the vaccine. I'm going to be in the woods deer hunting that month. Nice. Little girl, I'm not taking it even by force. If they want to poke me with something, I'll poke them with stuff too. I'll be hunting with Gerald B. Yeah, that's a long ways away. You know where Gerald B lives? He lives in Maine. That's like the almost the furthest away from us as you can get, right? Task Force of leftist DC government wants monuments renamed or moved. A task force commissioned by the DC government has recommended renaming, relocating, and adding context to dozens of monuments, schools, parks, and buildings because of their namesakes' participation in slavery or racial oppression. Among the targets are Washington Monument, Jefferson Memorial. Some of the proposals in the report released Tuesday are defined non-starters, as many of the most prominent monuments and statues stand on federal land outside DC government control. Still, the recommendations have already prompted fierce reactions amid an ongoing national debate over America's racial history. It's not really any debate. There's no debate. You guys see any debate happening? All I see is a whole bunch of people flapping their gums saying that we need to burn down every damn thing that ever made America what it is. Right? And I'm not down with that. All right. Still, the recommendations have already prompted... I already read that. As long as President Trump is in the White House, the mayor's irresponsible recommendations will go absolutely nowhere. And as the mayor of our nation's capital city, a city that belongs to the American people, she ought to be ashamed for even suggesting them for consideration. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany said in a statement on Tuesday, the task force known as DC Faces was formed by Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser, big surprise, over the summer in the face of a nationwide wave of protests over police brutality and systematic racial inequalities that included Washington as one of its epicenters. In a release, some of the group's recommendations were widely expected. For example, Woodrow Wilson High School has been a prime candidate for a name change for years due to the Democrat Wilson's open public support for segregation. It's always funny that the monuments that they really want to tear down the first are the ones that are Democratic monuments. Has anybody been talking about how Joe Biden endorsed somebody? I forget who it was. I don't remember the name, but it was like the leader of the KKK, right? And they were trying to get segregation not to happen at his school. He didn't want the black people in his school area because he didn't want his kids to have to be mixed into a school with people of a different race. Yeah, maybe you can find that, Riddle Girl. So, Biden, good friends with the KKK leader. Others more controversial, such as proposals to rename schools named for Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and the Star-Spangled Banner composer Francis Scott Key. For the multiple statues and monuments on federal land, the committee advises Bowser to ask the federal government to remove, relocate, or contextualize landmarks such as the Washington Monument, Jefferson Memorial, and the statue of Christopher Columbus outside Union Station. The task force, in its summary, explained that it's focused on key disqualifying histories, including participation in slavery, systematic racism, mistreatment of or actions that suppress equality for persons of color, women, LGBTQ communities, in violation of the DC Human Rights Act. I don't believe there was any LGBTQs back in the day. The report doesn't go into detail of how recontextualizing would work, but there have been recent recommendations, that plaques be added to monuments to Jefferson and Washington explaining that their namesakes were longtime slave owners. All right. Shit, they're giving away the flu poison for free around me. Yep, same here. I've seen it like at grocery stores. This is why I never get the flu shot, right? Because they push it too hard. It's free, man. You don't even need to pay for it. Yeah, why do you want to give it to me so bad? Nothing in this world's free. What am I paying for here? Right? Riddle Girl here too. A lot of places are trying to mandate the flu vaccine. Oh, fuck that. I'm also not taking that. Nobody under 65 are talking, at least around me. Are taking? Yeah, taking, sorry. Let's see. Broken Patriot. As far as the hashtag shot squad knows, I'll be in Maine. LOL. 10 years ago today, Joe Biden praised it. 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was it was like July 2nd, 20 whatever. You can look it up.
I'm gonna look it up, man. We gotta check this out, right? Go to site. Come on.
Robert Byrd.
Yeah, 10 years ago today, Joe Biden praises former KKK leader Robert Byrd as a mentor. 10 years ago today, Joe Biden praised exalted Cyclops Robert Byrd, calling him a friend, mentor, and guide. Byrd once recruited and led a 150-member chapter of the Triple Ks. It wasn't the first or last time Biden had a great thing to say about a person who had racist views. Biden previously called another Senate... What's this? Can you read that?
Segregationist?
There you go. Sorry. Biden previously called another Senate segregationist, Storm Thrombone, as one of my closest friends, and thanked him on the Senate floor for helping him pass laws to incarcerate black Americans for crack cocaine offenses. Just last year, Biden bragged about his relationship with other Senate segregationists after Senator Cory Booker questioned Biden's judgment. Biden lectured Booker and demanded an apology on Juneteenth. This guy's got some balls. President Trump is right. No one should take any lectures on racial justice from Joe Biden. Biden spent his entire career praising segregationists and writing mass incarceration laws that disseminate black communities. Even Biden's campaign senior advisor Simone Sanders admitted this month she does not enjoy being asked about Biden's terrible track record of locking up minorities. President Trump is undoing the damage Biden caused and delivering results on criminal justice reform, safe policing, and more economic opportunity for black Americans. Biden is struggling to explain 4 decades of betrayal, calamity, and failure. Unfortunately, they don't say why he backed his friend Robert Byrd, right? As I said, because he didn't want his kids to go to school with people of a different race. Yeah. All right. But damn, Maine is effing cold as hell. Yeah, it is. But I mean, there's some good properties up there, man. Gerald's trying to get me to go up there. He's showing me all these nice little off-grid properties up there. Man, they're looking nice, and they're not horribly expensive. T-Dog, the fishing king. Right on. How's heaven been treating you? Yep. Obama has praised Robert Byrd too. Yeah, that's so strange, right? I mean, it must be a thing. You have to just grin and bear it and pretend it never happened. Because a lot of the kids out there now that are voting, they don't know that happened. Hopefully, we get somebody in here that listens to this and is like, oh man, I didn't know that, right? Because nobody's teaching you that in school. It's good watching the deer right now. Right on, cool. Is Vegas burning yet? I don't know. HDP said it's pretty crazy in Vegas, right? Pro-Biden firm Trump will appear to win a landslide until the mail-in votes are counted. We did read something about somebody who rigs elections through mail-in ballots a few nights ago. I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but we read about that. And this is kind of going into that. Surrogates from Democrat presidential nominee Joe Biden set the stage for precisely how they intend to implement their vote fraud nightmare during the November election. Even if President Donald Trump appears to have an election day landslide, which it will definitely appear that way, a top Democrat data firm Hawkfish warns that it's highly likely that Trump will appear to be way ahead on election night, but could ultimately lose when all the votes are counted in the ensuing days and weeks. Democrats during the party's recent convention urged people to vote early using mail-in ballots in order to make sure their votes were counted, all the while fear-mongering without evidence that Trump's officials might weaponize the post office. But that appears little more than a subterfuge to sow chaos, dividing up numbers of mail-in ballots, even if the Rona concerns used to justify them have abated before November. The reasons became clear after pro-Biden analyst firm Hawkfish added a new piece to the puzzle, one that is as likely as the left's recent post office hoax to become another phony talking point driven by the mainstream media. The firm said that in a landslide victory by Trump on the eve of the election would in fact mean nothing, since the mail-in votes would only deliver a resounding victory for Biden well after the votes had been cast, and once Democrats know exactly how many extra votes they would need to win in each toss-up state. Oh, we need that many? Okay, start printing them out. When every legitimate vote is tallied and we get to that final day, which will be some day after Election Day, it will in fact show that what happened on election night was exactly that, a mirage, Hawkfish CEO said according to Summit News. It looked like Donald Trump was in the lead, and he fundamentally was not when every ballot gets counted. This person said, framing the Democrat strategy as a hypothetical scenario. However, failed 2016 candidate Hillary Clinton has already come out urging Biden to not concede under any circumstances. Meanwhile, her former top aide, John Podesta, has been involved in a left-wing operation similar to military war games in which Trump adversaries run through various scenarios on how they might overthrow a contested election. This is very interesting and very important. One of these involves Michigan, a crucial battleground state, sending rival electors to support both the candidates, thereby making the outcome of the race intermediate by a time of January 20th inauguration. With the official terms of Trump and Vice President Pence having expired, that would leave radical left House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as president by default until they figure it out. So they're hoping that it's going to be such a clusterfuck that you're not going to be able to have President Trump and Pence in office. And so who gets to become president by default? Nancy Pelosi. Wow. In another scenario, if Trump were to win the Electoral College but to lose the popular vote, the leftist operatives suggest that Oregon, Washington, and California might attempt to secede from the Union, perhaps triggering a second civil war, with China and Russia no doubt playing much bigger roles this time around. You know, a lot of us would probably say good riddance, but we do know a lot of patriots in California and those other states, right? However, I don't know. If it's something they have to vote on, if the people had to vote on it, it probably wouldn't go through, right? Because American citizens, most of them, don't want that. And a lot of the people in California who voted these people in have moved. Texas, Arizona, all these other places, because they don't want it to be there. So they're going to come to Arizona, they're going to come to Texas, and they're going to vote in the same people that they left to California for, right? But if Democrats allow blue states to drive up the popular vote by letting ineligible voters commit voter fraud, evidence of which has been well documented in prior elections, then this outcome may be, politically speaking, the best case scenario for Trump, as Trump and many others have warned the political potential for massive amounts of fraud through mail-in voting will be greater than ever. Democrats have a long history of attempting to wage legal challenges in narrowly contested elections, only to find mysterious bags of uncounted ballots turn up at the most unlikely of places. Top Democrat attorney Mark Ellis has been at the forefront of many of these efforts, prompting Trump during the aftermath of the 2018 elections to refer to him as the left's best election-stealing lawyer. Wow. Not coincidentally, Ellis' first call for increased mail-in voting came on March 13th, the very day Trump declared the Rona pandemic a national emergency. Very interesting. All right. Nah, check Tony's Arkansas might just be the spot. Maybe. I'm thinking South Dakota's looking really nice right about now. Wait till your first winter and see what you get. Yeah. Dude, I've lived in Wisconsin for 10 years. I know what it's like. Right? It might be a little bit colder in Maine, but I can deal with it. And I won't be as heavy. Because when I was in Wisconsin, I was anywhere between 525 pounds to 400 pounds. I was in that range for the 10 years I was there, and I was always falling down and hurting myself. So every winter. So I can deal with it. I haven't dealt with it in over 10 years, so the first winter's going to suck. But I'm thinking South Dakota, man. I like the mentality of the people there. The mentality of the people are like, no, we don't need to shut down. No, we don't need masks. No, I'm going to go about my life like I always have. Screw you. I like that a lot. Everyone in AR is on unemployment. Where's AR? Arkansas? Yeah.
He said no, Vegas.
Okay. Everyone's working here. Kids are back in school. Shit's normal. We live next door to a school. I was surprised to see children in the playground today. Bikes and Bullets. What's up, Bikes? Not everybody is on unemployment in Vegas. It's not burning yet either. Well, that's good to hear. Pelosi with the nuclear football. Oh, hell no. My dad has always been saying the same thing with this whistleblower is saying. Yep. Dad's a smart man. It's a scary scenario, is it not? Very scary. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know the pandemic is winding down. People are reopening. Even here in Arizona, there's a lot of places that you're not supposed to go without a mask. They have a sign on. You got to wear a mask. But I tell you what, if you just put your shirt up over your nose as you enter the building and then just don't wear it, I don't think anybody's going to say anything. But I don't care. It's the mentality of the people that elect the politicians. That's what I need to be around. I need to be around people who actually believe in self-governance or self-reliance and, not doing what you say just because you say it. So South Dakota's looking good. Although there's a lot of good places in Tennessee. I do like that place too, for sure. I've never heard of this guy, but country star goes woke, says America he lived in is a myth. I know Fallout Gaming's a country fan, so I don't know if you know this guy, but if you do, Chris Stapleton, right? He's super woke. Country singer Chris Stapleton said in an interview Wednesday that he embraces wokeness and understands the good nature American he thought he lived in is a myth. You know, I thought we were living in a different country, and that's 100% real, he said. I feel like the country that I thought we were all living in is a myth. Stapleton had appeared on CBS this morning to talk about his forthcoming album, Starting Over. When the discussion turned to BLM and Antifa riots, Stapleton said that the events led him to a broad awakening. The country star repeated the corporate media Democratic Party BLM talking points about listening silently as radical leftists ridicule and destroy the nation. I think everybody should be doing more, he said. It's time for me to listen, and it's time for other folks to listen. Stapleton would not say whether he supported the BLM movement. Instead, he conflated the Marxist political organization with the self-evidently true statement that Black lives do matter. Do I think that Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. I don't know how you could think they don't, he said. I think we all have a lot of work to do, as individuals, as a society, he continued. If you don't think that, you're not looking. Starting Over, a title song on Stapleton's new album, addresses the 2017 shooting in L.A., Route 91. Yeah, you can't talk about the L.A. shooting, I'll tell you that much. Harvest Country Music Festival, during which a gunman killed 59 people. Allegedly, one gunman killed 59 people during a performance by fellow country star Jason Aldean. It's a powerful number to me. It conveys the sentiment. Hey, let's cut the evil crap out. It's a plea in some ways, he said. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We live next door to a school. I was surprised to see children in the playground today. Yeah, there was some children in the playground where we went to a park. We go to the park now to walk the dog, a different park usually every day. And there was caution tape. They have caution tape up on the benches. They have caution tape up on the playground equipment. So you're not supposed to use it. Luckily, kids don't give a crap, and they just go through that because it's just caution tape, right? Nobody ever is on unemployment in Vegas. It's not burning yet either. Or you read that? Fallout Gaming on Fox 10 News. They talked about a bar named Roosters, and then they closed again until October 1st. Is Roosters that place that we went to? No. Okay. I never heard of this guy. Plus, he is not seen the 60s in the South. Never heard of this guy. Plus, he has not seen the 60s in the South. What happened in the South was systematic racism, but that has changed over time because of MLK. Yeah, I mean, the whole systematic racism, at least from a government standpoint, right, has mostly, I'd say mostly ended in like the 70s or 80s after, you know, the whole civil rights. But the problem is you got all these people who are super woke that their professors told them that they need to be the next civil rights activist, right? So they're looking for anything and everything to be a civil rights activist. So microaggressions, right? They're going to be activists against microaggressions. RG Homestead, have you seen eBay listing ad to support BLM? No, I have not. I have not been on eBay. I've thought about being on eBay because there's a few things that I wanted to think about buying on it, but wow. Riddle Girl's on eBay because we do sell some things. Maybe I should sponsor my own videos with the stuff that we're selling on eBay. What do you think?
Maybe.
Today's sponsor on this chat is going to be the electronic game over there.
Electronic learning circuits.
Yeah, bring it here. So thank you for everybody who joined us for Boogaloo Wednesday. We will do Boogaloo Wednesdays from now on. I only got 2 shirts, but I'm looking at getting more possibly. But yeah, here we go. Today's episode is brought to you by Electronics Learning Circuits. Fun circuit building experiments for beginners. Yes.
You can buy this on the eBay store.
Yeah.
Riddle Girl.
Riddle Girl on eBay. Is it with ones or eyes?
With ones.
It's okay. It's Riddle Girl with ones instead of eyes, right? So there you go. There's our shameless plug of the night. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of some of this stuff so that when we move, it's a little bit easier for sure. All right, guys. Well, there are links in the descriptions below. Please go check them out if you are so inclined to. We got a lot of good ones tonight. Well, we always have a lot of good ones, but it is different tonight. Tonight, instead of Adam Lawson's Blessed, we have Media Bears YouTube channel. Go check them out. That was the videos that was playing before I came on live. We have the causes I believe in and support. We have Justice for Cannon. We have petition to arrest some officers here in Phoenix who straight up killed Ryan Whitaker. We have a GoFundMe for Ryan Whitaker. And if you want to get updates on Ryan Whitaker's family and his murder that happened by a cop, then you can check out their Facebook, Justice for Ryan Whitaker. Help find our missing in action. ProjectRecover.org is an organization that goes out and looks for lost service members and brings their remains home to their families and loved ones. And lastly is Rally Point Irish. My good friend Irish USMC vet is trying to start up a place in Tennessee where veterans can come live room and board free while learning a new skill like farming, gunsmithing, blacksmithing. Next is all the ways you can support my channel, and I even have a way to get $10 free in Bitcoin. So if you want to get $10 free in Bitcoin, there's a link there that you can click, and you should be able to get it. You just have to sign up for a Bitcoin wallet. Okay? Other than that, we have all the places that you can follow me. I'm on BitChute, I'm on DLive, Parler, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Facebook and Twitter is Riddle Girl because she's on Facebook more than I am. And Twitter is because I'm banned off of Twitter for tweeting out when I go live on YouTube. I still don't really understand that, but maybe someday I'll get my Twitter back. Until then, I'm on Parler, so check me out there for sure. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this evening. Definitely check me out tomorrow evening. I'll be here again at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That was about 1 hour ago. We shortened it a little bit. I'm hoping to get it closer to a half an hour, but we shortened it down to an hour. Subscribe if you're not already. If you want to know exactly when I go live or when I drop a video, don't forget to hit the bell. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't like it. And until tomorrow, keep your family close, watch out for that government, and try to live as free as you possibly can in this tyrannical world. Until tomorrow, peace.